This episode brought to you by the Southern Elegance Candle Company, where modern values meet Southern charm. Right now, check out their fall and holiday collection with candle scents such as caramel latte, fireside, sweet potato and brown sugar, and our personal favorite, orange spice. The scent is cloves wrapped in a citrusy orange essence that takes you all the way back to grandma's house. This one is sure to be your favorite, just like it is ours. So visit secandleco.com and use our promo code CRUX, that's CRUX, for 15% off all regularly priced items. That's secandleco.com, where they lovingly craft each scent and city combination to elicit a fond memory to whisk you to a place of pure joy. And we are back. Welcome back to Past the Remote, where we review all your favorite shows. We are here to review Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 14. Here for everything you need when it comes to everyone, from Michaella's chaos to Bow's fed upness. We are here. Remember, you catch us on all podcast platforms every Monday and Wednesday, and right here live on Facebook and YouTube on Thursday evenings at 7. Also, remember, you can join the conversation by emailing us at relstatpodcast@gmail.com and hitting us up on the hotline 843-310-8637. So first off, we're going to go ahead and introduce the team. First, we got from My Curl Speak with Key podcast. It's Key. Welcome, Key.
Hey, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. How's your week been? Is that what we're going?
Yeah, it's almost over.
It's almost over? Okay. And from all the way down in the A, we got that dude Jeff, aka Big Muffins.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Good to see each and every one of you. What up? What up?
What up? What up? What's happening, man? How's your week been? How the week been treating you?
Yo, I put together a crib this week, and it was interesting to say, nonetheless.
Was it epic?
It was epic because it started off as an epic fail, but we made it through all of that. So shout out to all of my dads who ever had to put together a crib and muscle through that thing.
And all the way from PA by way of Queens, we got our guy EB at Big Kid Envy in the house. Yo, what up, man? How's it going?
What are you doing?
I'm here. I just I gotta bust down these 11 herbs and spices. So my face will be joining you shortly.
He said that you gotta bust down the 11 herbs and spices.
Yeah, the colonel hitting at night.
Hey y'all, if you want to start your own podcast, visit our sponsor Crux. Contact them, info@cruxmediagroupllc.com, where they deal with all your needs podcasting wise. Where do we go first? Because we know what we want to get to.
There's so much to talk about.
But there's so much to talk about.
Jesus.
And I just couldn't break it down by individual couple.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, let's go ahead and let's just do it from the aspect of the chronological order of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So they start off pretty much with everybody. The name of this episode is Country Chaos. So they pretty much start out with everybody, tackling the road, traveling the streets together. Okay, which couple did you think had the most interesting road drive down from Houston? Key.
I would say Brett and Ryan. I feel like they had the most interesting ride because the conversation caught me off guard. Yeah.
Okay, so what about it caught you off guard?
Okay. What I've been learning about Lifetime, the TV channel, I've learned recently that families do throw you under the bus when it comes to your significant other. Okay.
Yes. They
So when Brett was like, I had a conversation with your sister last night.
do. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And based on the conversation that I had with your sister, you could be involved with somebody from your past. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know, that caught me off guard. I mean, we thought it was she had red hair. We weren't considering the fact he had somebody else.
And you know what? That never crossed my mind. That's a good point, Keith. Like it never crossed my mind until that's what was done. Until that was brought up. That had literally never crossed my mind.
Because what she said was that the sister said his change in attitude was abrupt. And I argued with you guys last week, and I said that he never was interested. And remember, y'all said I was wrong.
Okay, yeah.
So I got to come back because I do hold myself accountable, and I do, you know, fix stuff when I'm wrong. I have to come back because if sis say he abruptly changed, then who am I to say he didn't? So y'all was right.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
You know, we'll
give me a hand clap because I did that tonight.
We'll do that. It's good for me. Shouts out to you. Okay, Jeff, what's your thoughts about that? About the well, is it true? Because I mean, you're married, and is it true that your own people will be your Brutus?
Your own people will definitely be your downfall, man. I am again, man, shouts out to my wife for dealing with the chaos that is my family. I come from some strong personalities and strong people, and if you don't watch it, they will step in and F all your ish up and go home and sleep tight in their own beds. So I do get it. I think it's different for their situation because, you know, technically this is still new. Like ain't too many people doing Married at First Sight. So this is still new for them. But yeah, I was definitely caught off guard by that. Like I was like, oh, this is a precursor to something here. Let's get down with this.
E, what you thought about that, Rod? 11 spices?
Man, I'm busting it down. I definitely thought that the ride was probably about as dry as her drawers.
Not the Catholic draws. Come on, bro.
Because he just made the same empty promises that he's not going to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Okay, so which one in particular would you say that he hit like that was really like, yo, hey, you know, I this is something he just can't sustain?
You wanted to rephrase that question?
No, you said he was making promises that he couldn't keep up. Well, man, we're gonna let you eat your chicken.
With him wanting to try more. Oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put forth effort. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then they can't even communicate. Because all the time when she was explaining what she did, he just looking around, driving the car.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying.
There's no rebut to anything she says to him.
Well, he did respond to when she said something about somebody else. That's about it, though.
He said it wasn't true.
That's all he said was it wasn't true.
But you know, he's just trying to save his own tail, man.
I mean, whoever really says that it is true. So, but that's a whole nother conversation. That's a Monday conversation.
That's a Monday conversation.
That's a relationship status conversation.
I mean, I just think that. Okay, what's your opinion on that, Key?
About cheaters? I've been thinking about cheaters all day. What are we talking about?
Okay, so you think he's a cheater? Hold on. Is he giving you cheater vibes?
That is a spicy question.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like the sis wanting to just threw that flavor all day like that. So I'm kind of thinking that he may be interested in somebody else.
But not cheating, just interested in someone else.
Technically, he's married, so he is cheating. Which single people that still cheating don't do that. But you know where I was going with that. Because it starts with the mind, if you want to get technical.
It starts with the mind. So cheating starts in the mind.
Cheating is anything that you cannot do in front of your spouse or significant other. If you sneaking to do it because you know that there will be some type of feelings involved with the opposite sex, unless you like the same sex.
Now, is that Webster's dictionary definition?
No,
of
that's
cheating?
Key Dictionary. We're not doing that tonight.
Oh,
we not.
Her curls
we
are
not.
speaking. Her curls are speaking real loud right now.
They speaking. If y'all watching right now, what's y'all definition of cheating? We want to talk about cheating tonight.
We don't want to talk about cheating, but
we don't.
You know, that's that has come up at the current moment. And the question is, people that's watching, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, you know, what is your definition of cheating? That's a good question. Because
technically, even though they never, consummated a marriage, they are married. So if he is involved with somebody else, it's still cheating. Or would you say?
Okay, well, I got a question. I'm about to blow your mind right now.
Blow it for me.
Pause.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh.
For female.
Well, no, we don't pause for females. You're right about that.
I didn't pause.
You're right about that. All right, so fast forward.
Okay.
What if he was in the relationship? With the other person,
and then he got married at first sight.
Married at first sight. You know what I'm saying?
Married the other woman.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
What's up, Evie?
Eve had to come on. Eve had to jump in for that one.
Not spicy.
Yo, that reminds me of Katie though. On season 10.
On season 10, yeah.
Because technically, that's why they ask you. You know, one of the questions they ask you in the beginning is, what's your dating situation? Are you seeing someone?
Well,
like on the first episode, they don't be answering it correctly, and then eventually,
be lying.
Yeah, eventually it come up that somebody else was in the picture.
Days will be lying.
If that comes out, that's about to blow the roof off of their whole situation, man.
The situation kind of don't exist no more.
Yeah, because we'll get into it a little bit more. According to Brett, like it's done. It's done. So let's fast forward. We kind of stayed on the car rides for too long.
And we only talked about one ride.
But that was only,
that's the only.
I did like that. Zachary and Michaela.
Yeah, they make a stop. They make a stop on the way to gather their thoughts after she moved out of the apartment in the last episode. Although it seems like the couple have worked things out, they head into the weekend with some trepidation. It seems like they're still, like their ground is not solid.
Because they are emotionally unstable.
That's my sandbox right there. Because they play good in the sandbox. Shake in the sandbox too.
I'm trying to figure out with the two of them. How do you feel about, like, can a relationship like that with two explosive, immature people, can it succeed over time? Because over time people mature.
Over time?
I did 11 and a half years of that.
I'm divorced. So I'm gonna say if you guys,
I'm gonna tell you, like,
if y'all didn't listen to Monday's episode of the Relationship Status Podcast, make sure you go listen to it. Yusuf, what's the name of it?
It's the 140th date. Poke her, push, poke her,
gas him.
Okay, the reason why I brought that episode up, the relationship coach, he talked about how two dominant, like two alphas, you can't have a successful relationship. But then he also talked about two feminine energies can't have a successful relationship either. You have to have two different types of people. And when it comes to Zach and Michaela, they're not both alphas. They're both feminine energies.
Definitely.
It's two emotional people. Nobody's balanced. There's no type of, hey, chill out. There's none of that.
They're in
And
sync.
that's
Their
why at
their periods are in
one
sync.
moment they doing good, or
Yes.
from scene to scene, we're doing great. I think we're at a good place. You know what? I think we need a divorce. You know what? We're at a good place. You know what? Because they're so up and down, and nobody has any sense.
They both bipolar, but it's like
Bipolar?
a cross. It's a cross.
He be
Okay.
good when he be rubbing up the knee. When she take it away, he be fool every
Mhm.
time.
No, I think a part of it is, and I'll say this: I think that they both weren't ready for marriage. One,
Mhm.
and what it entails. I don't think Michaella was ready for marriage. I think she wanted it, but it was more about her biological clock ticking to her.
Mhm.
And so that's why that didn't work. That's why it's not working on her end. And I think Zach, who believed at 20 something years old that his biological clock was ticking, so that's why it didn't work for him. And so that part, and then on top of that, he's really truly immature. Can't forgive.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of certain things. He can't let things go. And so what else do you expect to happen in a relationship when you can't let things go?
That is true.
No relationship can prosper if things aren't let go.
Mhm.
Now, have you been in a relationship, EB, where like you was with somebody, you may have done something and it didn't have to be so drastic as a blow up like Michaela's blow up, but have you been in a situation where like the person like couldn't forgive you or you couldn't forgive them of whatever it was that they did?
For 11 and a half years. And there's one thing that my pastor used to tell me. He used to tell me all the time, don't take notes. You know what I'm saying? The more you take notes, the more you always gonna recall or go back to the same old thing over and over again, and you're never gonna heal.
Mm.
So, and that's what they do. They take notes.
They got a tally chart.
They got a tally sheet, both of them, and they keeping score.
Yeah, nah, they special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, they are definitely special. There's something.
That's exactly what it is.
You think they special? They rode the short bus to school together?
It was a minivan.
With Gucci them. Shout bus, shout it.
Oh.
Anyway, y'all stupid. So they actually get to the place, and I'm sorry for the noise. All right, the couples arrive one by one in the big barn house. They're sharing for the retreat. First up are Zach and Michaella, who are followed by Rachael and Jose, then Myrla and Gil. Of course, Myrla was not happy about these accommodations.
I would have been happy.
I wasn't surprised at all.
I think they should have had like and then have a meeting spot.
I wanted to see the off camera stuff.
You said you wanted to see the off camera stuff.
Some tell me Myrla off camera was hot.
Hot?
She seemed all right. Like actually, like as the episode went on, like she literally seemed okay.
I like the fact that Myrla and hype was like this. That's what I like. I don't know if y'all like it. She love that dog.
She do.
She do. She don't even seem bothered no more.
And she won't admit it, but she love that dog.
She do. She ain't said nothing about his drool in 2 episodes.
I told.
What did you say?
You spoke that when he
walked that door.
He spoke that word. It was a word. It was a word.
It was a word, and it came true
from on high.
So, what are your thoughts on as the people arrived, Jeff? What did you think to Michaela's her reaction to the place, and was it on brand? Was it off brand?
What did you think about? Okay, so when they stopped before they got there, I was like, okay, they got it. They're at least gonna try. But then as it started going forward, you saw that again they missing each other on like basic simple stuff. So for me, it was on brand for her, off brand for doggone retreat and whatnot. Like the way they was acting, they might as well just turned around and went home before they even got there.
Yeah, I agree with that. You said the majority of them. They should. Johnny and Bao.
Hey.
In a team effort, the couples began prepping dinner just ahead of Brett and Ryan's arrival. During the meal, Johnny is awkward and mentions how he and Bao are struggling. When someone inquires about everyone's progress, Ryan is quick to come to Johnny's defense, revealing that things continue to be hard for him and Brett as well. Do you think? And here's what I thought. You know what vibes Brett gives me?
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan gives me.
What?
Ryan gives me Me Too vibes.
Not the Me Too.
Not like the Me
Not
Too
the
movement,
Me Too.
but just the somebody who everybody got a friend that is some or some of us.
Mr. Me Too.
Me Too.
Yeah. Oh, that happened to me too.
My cousin got that.
Yeah. That syndrome.
Me Too, girl.
Flip.
You
Yo,
know what I'm saying?
Clips has a song. It's called Mr. Me Too. Mr. Me Too. Listen to that song.
It's
It's
a
gonna
nice
kick in.
song.
Clips has a song.
Mr. Me Too. Shouts out to Muriel. Mr. Me Too. She had that on there. So it just seems that Ryan seems to jump in there all the time. As soon as he gets a chance, as soon as Johnny is complaining, he has to complain as well. And it's
they was close at the crib. They was always hanging out.
yeah. I mean, they're close. They got a bromance going on. And Jose,
That's because nobody loved them.
It bugged me that Johnny said that Ryan was more negative than he is.
Yeah, son.
The thing with narcissists, though, is a lot of times they don't even realize that they are doing it. Like when you listen to Johnny talk, the most honest thing Johnny said this whole episode was that he felt like him and Bao had two different perspectives on the relationship. And I agree because he's a narcissist.
Yeah.
So nothing she does is enough. Nothing she does is right. Everything he does is 100% right and nobody else is trying. Right. So I really feel like he does think.
Go ahead.
He does think that other people are more negative than him. It's like he can't hear himself talking. He can't hear it.
Well, I think a person's perception is their reality. And I think at the moment, his perception is that Bao isn't good enough and Bao is doing everything wrong in his perception. Is it true or not? No, because we have a more our view is a lot more grand. We can see the entire picture. He could only see through his tunnel vision. And this is not to give him an excuse, but I believe that you are what you think you are. And he is what he is what he thinks he is. And I think deep down he knows he ain't.
I don't think he knows that.
Oh, he knows that.
I think he can. I feel like Johnny's the type of person that will watch this show and still see everything wrong with Bao.
No, I'm not saying he won't see everything wrong with Bao, but the reason he's seeing everything wrong with Bao is because he has a problem with himself.
No, that is true, but he doesn't know he has a problem with himself.
That's what I'm saying. Deep down, his subconscious knows you are not it, cuz. Like you are not it. You are not the cat's meow. Like
if he's a narcissist, he doesn't know that. Though.
He's only lucky. He's lucky to have Bao in his life at this moment.
I mean, at this moment,
because somebody else is going to be lucky to have Bao in their life. Somebody else is lucky.
I'll take I'll take a bow.
You gonna take you a bow? You gonna take a bow?
Real talk. I'll take one.
Tripping.
I'm saying.
Yo, but did you see she went and cooked for the everybody and Johnny talked about she didn't cook and she cooked for everybody when they got there?
Well, she's been cooking every episode since then.
Well, the Spice King was on the grill, so
it's not spicy. He's tangy.
Yo, did you see what he wore though to get there? How he looked like he was stepping into a runway.
Hey man, that dude said he got that. He got that.
My man had the buttons like at the right with the sleeves rolled up. Like you going to a farmhouse? What you dressed like that for?
Something sweet.
Anyway, the gesture. I'm sorry. Before the night ends, the couple surprised Brett with a box of cookies and sparklers to honor her recently deceased dog, Baxter.
I had teared up for that.
You teared up for that?
I did.
It was a dog.
emotional.
I was just the dog died.
Wait, that was her family.
I have
The dog
zero.
died.
He was there for every good part of her life. She said that.
The
I get
dog
it.
died.
She did say that. I did feel bad for her for a little bit.
I just can't.
I got
The
a
dog
dog.
died.
Matter of fact, I had a dog that died. I had a Maltese. Dog
You
dead.
lost them.
Hey, hold
I
on, man.
mean-
Listen to me. I got a dog. I'm
We
close
need
to my
another
dog.
lady
man.
on
My-
this show.
Attachments to
What
the
you
dog.
talking? No, I'm close. I'm
Hey,
close to my dog. I love my dog.
I used to my dog, my pit bull now that I got right now, she used to ride with me in my truck at work, like every day. But I'm not gonna cry if the dog dies.
Hold on, y'all.
Hold on, hold on.
Second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we breaking up real bad. Go ahead, Evie. Go ahead.
Oh, either way, dog dead, whatever.
No, it did it
Moving on
again.
I
Moving
think
on.
Evie got problems tonight.
I'm
the
good. I
AT&T.
see myself in the camera. I'm Gucci.
Shout out to my prayer circle for my Wi-Fi.
Your Wi-Fi been working real good tonight, Jeff.
Prayer works.
Took some fasting.
Yo's
I didn't
just-
eat for 7 days and 7 nights.
Yo, but no, seriously,
Turn the plate, dog.
I love my dog. My dog. He been with me. I got my dog for 7 years, 8 years almost. Man, dog don't have health disease and whatnot. I would probably break down if my dog died. Now, do I want biscuits and sparklers? No, but
I love
I'd
my
probably be distressed.
Don't get it twisted. I love my dog. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I love people more. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand that people are like that. And I know
Yeah.
like my homegirl, she says that dogs or animals are better than humans. Real talk.
And
That's just-
sometimes they
Yeah.
are, because I'm about to get me a four-legged dog, because I'm tired of these two-legged.
I got another friend, the dog saved her life. She had an asthma attack
Yo.
and the dog saved her life. Real talk.
Yo, but do you feel like everything they do for Baxter is like a shot at Ryan? Like he ain't stepped up and really took care of her in that area?
Yeah, I do feel like that. But you remember the part where Ryan said he wished he could be more for her? Okay, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? You saying you wish you could be more for her emotionally while she's going through that, but you're not.
Yo,
You're deciding
remember
not
his
to.
dog ate
What
the
is-
flowers.
what is
a
Did
lot
his
of
dog-
talking.
Did his
I'm
dog
tired
eat the
of him.
flowers?
What do they call that type of person that is what is he, nonchalant? Something like that?
Is it really?
Like his whole attitude is just
It's nonchalant.
it's very even though he's
Yeah,
having
it's nonchalant.
even though he's having feelings.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Want to work on it now.
They working on the
Yeah, they working on it. They good.
yeah, you out. I can't.
Hey, y'all, we having
Can
some
you-
technical difficulties. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
It's back
I
to the
mean-
Jeff and EB show.
Well, welcome to the Jeff and EB show, ladies and gentlemen.
Big
Party of
Bucks,
two.
and Big Kevin. The two bigs is in the building.
That's what we do.
Wait, who
How you feeling,
Back
brother?
here.
You know, I have my 11 herbs and spices.
Hey,
No
Hey,
hot
while you playing, I got a plate of chicken wings sitting off camera. I'm about to murder as soon as the show is over.
I had to get mine while it was still hot. It was my first meal of the day. You know, and I'm drinking my emergency.
Right. Yeah. They back yet? I know the people don't want to hear
I
talk
don't know
about
what they
chicken
doing,
wings.
but we're gonna talk about this Pennsylvania weather is horrible.
Works for
Wake
me.
up in the morning, it's 30 degrees. Come home from work, it's 75.
Hey, you know what? That's how it happens down here. Apparently, we running away with the show. They can hear us, but nothing
All
is
right,
happening
guys.
right now.
Hey, we back.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. Well, we're just having a good conversation.
We have to finish this conversation. So you need to
No,
wait
we'll
your
finish this later.
We can get back to it. All right.
Yeah,
We
we'll
got
talk
some
about the rest of it.
difficulties on our end. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
I hope y'all enjoyed the filler conversation.
Oh, you know, that's
they
actually
enjoy
gonna
that.
make the podcast. So just
We're gonna mess around and
they're
get a
gonna
spinoff.
not us. Yeah. But anyway, after they get through the sweet moment, they go ahead and they gets to the rooms. But there's a problem. There's 6 rooms, and there's 2 couples that don't sleep in the same room.
Again,
trouble.
Ryan is an idiot.
Yo, I think Ryan was gonna try to hit it that weekend too.
He was. Him and Zach both had the same plan.
I bet you Zach got some though.
You say you think Zach got something?
The first night?
I don't know, because every time Michaella give him that bonbon, he kind of act different. So he had an attitude the next day. So I don't think so.
Hey, I believe that energy transfer. She transferred that energy.
That's what I heard. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Hey.
Okay, so what do y'all think about the rock scissors for the? I thought Johnny and Ryan were gonna share a room.
I really thought they were about to sleep in the same bed. I thought
Jose
they were about to sleep in the same bed.
I know that Ryan likes barbecue, but he don't like Korean barbecue.
Yo, y'all got to stop.
Oh, my bad. Shout out to the Koreans. We love you.
Every week. Every week.
Lord. It ain't my fault this week. It ain't my fault.
Y'all really like black folk, the only people listening to this show.
So they play rock, paper, scissors. They play rock, paper, scissors, and Ryan loses, so he gets the couch. And the girls each get their own room, including Johnny. Nope, yeah, missed that joke. That was funny.
I caught it. I ain't caught it.
The next day, Jose, Rachel, Zach, and Michaella play cornhole on the grounds of the ranch. During the game, Jose discovers he enjoys his bride's competitive side. During a break for lunch, the women and men divide into 2 groups for some catching up. While Michaella claims she's in a good space with Zach, Bao feels envious of the picture she paints, which is diminished by Zach's viewpoint at the men's hangout. And here's what Bao had to say.
I came here for love. I did not come here to be disrespected by a man who's not worth my time at this point. Yep.
What y'all think about Bao's take?
I think Bao's right on the money. And Johnny's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no other way to put it.
I think Bao has a new perspective. Yeah, she got a new perspective on everything. So she sees it different. And so she that jaded, this is gonna work. I'll do anything for my man is kind of gone. And like Eve said, she hit her right on the head, man. 100%.
Yo, he blew it. I said it was done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. He can't get that back.
Mm-hmm.
How you
you don't get the same version more than one anyway.
Oh, so man. How you do that? How do you do that? You get I don't care if she microwave a meal for you.
She still was feeding you.
Do whatever. She do whatever. She clean the house. She do whatever you wanted to do. She played the stupid games you wanted to play. You wanted to go in the bedroom and swing from the ceiling. She wanted to swing from the ceiling too. It was good. I need that. Where that at?
And then on top of that, Evie, she said that the sex was vanilla sex. And that he wasn't even doing what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
Yo, it don't even matter.
I have never heard it.
You making it seem like it's a her problem, and you're not even satisfying her on no levels, emotionally, physically. I think that's really what got her out the door. It's the whole thing. Like he mentally went doing with her. It's just the whole thing.
He is a trash human being. Garbage. Like
I think I can agree with you there. Nah, that ain't tough. I think that's real.
She's sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I can't quote what I want to quote right now.
What you want to quote?
Because when a woman's fed. Don't do that. No. We gonna get canceled.
Why? Don't do that. You can't do that.
I knew where we was going.
We can't do that.
We can't do that.
No.
You gotta put a PSA out for that.
Damn,
You
cuz
got
we
to.
can't
You
do
got to.
that.
It can't. Not a lyric. Not a word.
Nah,
Nah, man. I just realized who sang that song.
right. It's so many songs we got to put in the funeral home. But anyway,
Yeah, a
back
lot of
to
songs in the funeral home. A lot of songs going to the funeral home.
let's keep going because we ain't
One
trying to
right.
Oh.
All right, next segment. Next segment. Next segment.
say his song.
Now what we didn't do, and I think I played that clip prematurely. We didn't. Bao got to that point because what she was going through was reminiscent of her childhood and watching what her mom was going through with her father. And she said that when she was a kid, she promised her younger self, promised her older self that she would not go through that. And to be reflective and look back on it, she's feeling like she let her younger self down by accepting what her mother accepted that she said she would never accept. And I thought that was an extremely profound statement. I think that a lot of times we lose sight of the things we said we would not do because we saw how it affected our parents, and then we do it anyway.
But you know what?
Outcome that we were trying to avoid, that to a certain degree our younger self might have been smarter than our older self due to our feelings and what we want per se.
I think she, when she's watching the episodes back, like we're watching the episodes back, I think that she can forgive herself for that because initially he was not that a-hole. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I think
so,
once it got, no, I understand that, but initially, but isn't it? All right, I know it's only been.
I know where you're going, but I think she only took 2 shots. She only took 2 shots before she shut it down. I don't think he got to strike 3.
No, and I agree, but what I'm saying is I'm talking about
but those were hard shots.
He was trying to hit grand slams.
But my thing is, you always know going into a relationship, you know, like everybody knows it because it's a hot word to use right now. At this point, when you go into a relationship, you're meeting a person's representative. It is the best version of them that you're possibly going to see because it's hard for a person to keep up whatever it is they're trying to keep up. True people will do their hardest to be true from the beginning. Even in that, you're like, yo, I have to put forth my best impression of me. Whether it is me or it's not me, I still have to put forth the best impression of me. The people that are real can keep it up. The people that are not can't. And I think that she didn't give it. If she put up with those 2 hits, so to speak, those 2 very big hits, if he put up with them in a sense of, hey, I'm going to put up with it because of what he showed me at the beginning, it wasn't enough time. You didn't have enough sweat equity. You didn't have enough invested to give him that. And that's the problem, I think, with a whole lot of relationships is that people get invested. They put money down, throw all the chips on the table for somebody they known 2-3 weeks.
It's called love bombing.
Or 4 weeks.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
And all of a sudden you're making 4-hour trips for no reason.
See, why are you going there?
I'm sorry.
I'm triggered. This is supposed to be a safe space.
Bang bang. Bang bang.
I've been coming for me for a week now.
Real. I keep it real. I don't front for nobody. I don't front for nobody. Like real talk. If you don't like what you see when you meet me, oh well. Keep it pushing. Like I guarantee you, except for Key, because I think we met on a different note. But
yeah,
if you meet me, I guarantee you won't like me. I guarantee you. I'm gonna set you off, and then I'm gonna prove to you that you should like me.
Yeah,
like real talk. Like your impression of me doesn't make me. So why front?
But I think, but Johnny's motives at the beginning was I got to get the draws, which is the majority.
I'm gonna say whatever I can.
Which is the majority of people. More people try to get to the draws than anything else. And then now when it's time to on the back end, now you realizing you don't like her after you done got the draws.
But see, look who's successful. Look
The
at
person-
all these
one
groups.
of the main people who makes this
And ain't
look-
getting no draws.
ain't no.
And he happy.
Well, let me say this:
She's you know.
we don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but I think he at least sniff it.
You
I
think
think
he
he
be
makes
sneaky?
I think he at least sniff it. Like he at least, get some finger action, might get a little bit of,
She
he
ain't
might
never,
get.
she ain't never say nothing about waiting to no marriage.
No, I'm just saying. I just feel like they.
No, they said that. Well,
Because
he
even
said
if that's still viewed as dating.
Yeah, like she hanging off the dude, like literally hanging off of
She
him.
calls him hubby every other word.
Exactly.
Y'all saw that? She like,
Exactly.
okay, what do you want to do, hubby?
Exactly.
Like, okay, Myrla. Myrla all in, okay?
Let's
I
move.
think she's seen it.
Myrla and Gil go horse riding. Myrla seems to enjoy it more than Gil. After they get done, there's always negativity to Myrla's outlook, and Gil wonders if she can ever just be positive about something. She agrees to work on keeping her mood from dimming. As for Johnny, Bao, Ryan, and Brett, they go on a shooting excursion together, but only Bao and Ryan are brave enough to participate, which was right on brand with what it is. Bao is a risk taker, and Ryan likes stuff like that. So he's more adventurous.
Yeah.
Following the outing, Ryan and Brett sit down to talk about the situation and work on a plan of action for their final weeks as a couple. Brett claims that Ryan's actions and words don't line up and takes it personally that at their apartment, Ryan won't sleep with her, but thinks they'll share a bed on the retreat. I found that to be extremely odd.
I think Zach asked the best question. He said, because Ryan basically said that he was upset because she didn't want to sleep with him, and he felt like he was going to, put some effort in this weekend. Yeah. So all his effort going out the window. So then Zach was like, what's the difference in her deciding not to sleep with you on vacation and you don't sleep with her at home?
Exactly.
And I don't think
he should have just rephrased that. He should have said, I'll share the room with you, and maybe got him some blankets and got on the floor.
Well, she did say that.
But then you're gonna sleep on that goes back to everything that is his problem. He does not properly communicate anything.
He saw vacation and was like, okay, we're gonna reconnect on the physical first before we do any of this other stuff. That's the effort he was talking about.
Yeah,
that's what it seemed like, because as soon as that got shot down, you see the air was out his tires. He was like, oh shoot, I ain't got nothing left now.
I ain't got nothing left.
I'm telling you, he should have scraped that. He should have scraped that 10 days ago. He'd have been in there, and it would have been good.
Wait. What?
All right. Then
we're gonna act like he ain't said it.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Then
don't worry. Please show.
Zach and Michaela have this moment.
Divorce, right? Then we wouldn't be married anymore. So then we would be in a different circumstance. So we see what happens then. That's why.
I can't. I'm sorry.
What in the heck?
All right, I got this one because I'm gonna tell you. He admitted in the Late Show that she was right. She was making sense, but he is so triggered by her knee-jerk reactions that he shuts himself down. But she was not saying anything that was wrong. She's like, yo, what is the difference between us being married and being separated? Like, how can you get a relationship with somebody you just told you didn't want? And that's her main thing. Like, she wants to be wanted, but you keep telling her no. But later on, when the cameras is off, we'll see what happens. That's stupid.
I agree. I agree with your sentiment that in this sense, in the sense of what he is saying to do makes no sense. Let's get a divorce, and then being not under the pressure of being married, we can try a relationship to get back to being married.
You know, that's what I wanted on season 9. You remember?
I do. But my problem with that is
no. What he should have said was, you know what? Let's stay together, and then when the cameras are off, separate, but not divorce, and then date and see if we can build our own foundation the correct way.
Which I agree with. And that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
That boy's an idiot. I don't know what school he went to.
What you think, Jeff?
Yo, I think Zach's biggest problem is what he said the episode prior to, where he talked about that perfectness that's in him. So any little thing that doesn't go the way that he expects it to, he shuts down, and he doesn't know how to handle anything or work out of his idea of perfection. So his inconsistencies matching up with Michaela's inconsistencies throw his everything out of whack. And he's like, yo, I'ma just down. I'ma go ahead and leave, take it on to the crib instead of trying to work through it. Like y'all said before, like my man's he hasn't reached a level of maturity enough to really sit and listen first and foremost and realize like some of the stuff said. I mean, I hate to say it. I understand why Michaela was pissed. Like some of that stuff was just plain out stupid to say. I mean, he shouldn't be surprised that Hurricane K just came through.
She just don't know how to control her emotions. She's very emotional. So that's okay. Express yourself. Why do I have to express myself to you the way you want to hear it? Understand what I'm telling you.
Well, and that was on our episode. Nope, that wasn't on. It's on the episode that's coming up on Monday. On the episode of Relationship Status that's coming up on Monday, we talk about communication and the fact that we're not clear. A lot of times we're not clear on communication, and it needs to be when I say something. Sometimes you have to ask the question, okay, what did you hear? I know what I said. What did you hear me say?
Let me write that in my note.
And you know, even that can get taken the wrong.
I might need to jot that one down.
I'm not your kid.
You know what I said.
You gotta know how to phrase that one.
Yeah, no, and that's just what he said.
Tone matters because if you say it exactly like that and you say it in a gentle tone, I'm not gonna get offended. Yeah, but you can be like, "Well, what you heard?" Yeah. Like if you come at me condescending, then I'm gonna get offended.
Yeah, but that's what we had Rob on, and please tune into that episode. Dope episode about communication throughout relationships, friendships, whatever, family ships. And he really talked about one of the major points he made was that in times of disagreement, usually in times of disagreement, we hear what we want to hear, not necessarily what the person is saying. And the person hears what they want to hear, not necessarily what you're saying. So sometimes when you're in those modes, like he said, in a gentle tone, when you're making your point and you're giving your point and everything else, what you should do is say, hey, what did you hear? This is what I said. I know what I said, but what did you just hear?
Can't you always also take notes? You know what I'm saying? Can't you take notes so that you know where you want to refer back to so you can get clarity?
Okay, so we got posed the question about Relationship Status Podcast. The question was posed, what do y'all think he means? So what do you think Zach is trying to say? Because apparently he can't, what he's saying is not coming out right.
The bees made sense.
The bees made sense?
I told you they meant
bees made no sense.
The bees made sense. It just sounded stupid. The bees made sense. It just was sounding real stupid. But I think that what he's trying to say. Go ahead, Jeff.
Go ahead, E.
Go ahead, Jeff.
So what I think he's trying to say, I got you. So what I think he's trying to say is that emotionally handle when she gets emotionally, he, like you said, mature enough to really support her or bring her back down from that crazy. So he's like, okay, I need you to understand I'm not there yet. So when you go there, we're going to be at a disconnect. And until we can fix this, there's no moving forward. I want a future with you, but I can't get over this right now. And I think that's what I'm gonna say. I mean, I might be wrong.
I agree with that, but here's my only issue with that. Everyone keeps talking about how immature Zach is, and I do agree that he's immature. I do agree with that. My only problem is, even if he was the most mature man, the way that Michaella acts is unhealthy.
Well, her response is unhealthy.
Yeah, I get that.
Her actions, but her response.
Because even like a man that is emotionally mature, you understand what I'm saying? Like, is he supposed to take being verbally attacked and cursed out and F-bombs and all of this other stuff and like running off? Like, to me, she is abusive and it's unhealthy. The way that her reaction to things is not really healthy. So I feel like if she was with anybody else, I would tell them to leave.
Yeah.
You know, I got a question. And it's simple. Where's the acceptance? Because before you can even fix anything,
from
you
either
still
of them?
have to accept. Yeah, from either of them. You still have to accept who that person is.
Some stuff is unacceptable.
No, you still have to accept that this is what you're going to get from that person. You can change the behavior.
I think I get what you're saying.
He like, because he doesn't accept her, he does not allow for her to make a change. So it's like automatic shutdown, chastisement. I don't want to deal with you. It's over. Whatever. So all she hears is reject. But if you rephrase how you react to her, she will act different.
I don't know, Evie. I can't follow you with that.
Trust
I get
me,
what you're saying, but
I done been in it. I
get
it. I stewed in it. I stewed in it till I could not stew no more.
But because you couldn't stew no more. You eventually couldn't.
There was never any correction. And I would argue with my wife for like 2-3 hours, and I would give, and I would be like, you know what? What's the compromise? I say, you want to stop right here and you want to figure something out. What is the compromise? And at that point, I don't want to argue no more. She don't want to argue with me because you don't even know what the compromise is. You don't know what you want. So if he or her, one of them, accepts who the other person is and then tries to figure out how to recommunicate with them, the other person is going to be forced to change because you're not dealing with the responses from each person and that are the same. But you know what? They said it. They're both headstrong. So somebody got to give, right? That's what my man said in the last episode on Monday, right? Yeah. Somebody got to give. If you two alphas, two betas, two zetas, whatever, somebody got to give.
I don't think it's too masculine energies. I think it's too feminine energies.
Said it's too emotional energies.
And it's too feminine energies, and and somebody has to elevate to that masculine energy to kind of balance out that feminine energy that's happening right now. And I think that Coach Anwar of Get Your Guy, hit him up if you want. He takes on young ladies and helps them out with dating advice. Huh?
I said that was good listening.
Yeah, it was a great episode. And I think that in his sense was, he was like, hey, if both people are in this place, somebody has to say, if it's both masculine, somebody has to say, hey, look, I have to retreat a little bit. I have to be a little bit more nurturing because she is this hardcore energy. Like, she's this, I am the alpha. And just because you're saying, hey, I need to be a little bit more kind-hearted, a little bit nurturing, does not mean that you're giving up your manhood, so to speak. It's just saying, hey, look, in our dynamic or role of what we're doing, this is what I need to do for our relationship to be successful. And what I think was happening with Michaella and Zach is nobody is willing to do anything other than what they know how to do, and it's be how to be. And I had a conversation with CL the other day, and we were talking about some stuff, and he said, well, how well does that work for you? I said, I don't know, but I'm gonna keep doing it. And
my partner said that to me all the time.
Yeah. How well is that working for you? And I go, I don't know. But I'm gonna keep doing it because hell, it's me. And I think that to a certain degree, sometimes you have to change. You have to, if you want to get a different outcome, you do have to change your thought process. And if Michaella and Zach are going into this saying, hey, look, I want to be married, but I'm going to be the same person who's single, that's not going to work.
It gonna work.
I'm going by the same traits, I'm doing the same thing, doing the same traits. But how many people do that every day? I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want to change who I am. And the reason why I'm single is because of who I am. Well, part of
that. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't have to change who I am.
I feel you. I feel you, my dog.
Don't give up on the Project Love, Eve.
You got to know how to talk to the ladies from the hood, man. You got to. You got to know how to talk to the ladies from the hood. I'm telling you, I know some real thug females. And they are the sweetest women in the world.
You just got to know how to.
I'm being real. I'm not being funny. I'm being real. Like, I know gun-toting, thugged out women. And they are the sweetest women in the world. They care. I'm treating them like they ain't got no heart. Love them.
Love them. All right, so a little bit later on in the evening, this happens.
So you're not gonna ride back with me tomorrow? If that's the case, I'm going to leave tonight.
Good, bye.
No, I was making sure you.
Goodbye.
No, I came with you. I don't.
Go home now. Damn. I don't know what happened tonight.
You can't sleep in that bedroom right now.
I saw a side of Michaella and a side of Zach that I never expected to see.
This is like too much. This is like too much. Come on.
And the whole scenario is just shocking.
There's a reason he's leaving, and that's there's nothing we can do to make him not leave.
Get out! Get out!
He's an idiot.
What?
Yo.
Go ahead, Amy. Your commentary, my bro.
I'm sorry, but she don't want him. Stop rejecting her. Stop. If that is her trigger, stop rejecting her.
Hold up. Can we back up? You skipped the video.
I played the other one.
Did you play the other one where they talked about say what you know? That's next.
That's next.
Because that's very vital to this conversation.
Oh no, it's extremely vital. Okay, well I'll play that. Hold on a second.
I'm just saying. He need to stop that. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna play this one. Hold on.
He left recently. According to Michaella, he left recently because she asked if he could please sleep in the other bedroom. He got upset and he left.
He did tell us that. So he was like, if I'm gonna sleep in another bedroom, then I'd rather just sleep at my house.
Right.
And then she was like, well, do whatever.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. So he went to his house.
And then
she got mad because he went to his house. And I'm like, well, you just said do whatever.
She didn't tell me.
I know women tend to say that and they don't mean it.
Men do too.
But that's why you gotta say what you mean and mean what you say.
Facts.
Some people will literally just be like, all right, cool.
Funny thing is, I did hear glass breaking last night, but I thought y'all were just partying.
Yeah,
It was glass.
There was glass breaking.
I don't know what broke, but it was some glass.
It was a wine glass. I think she threw it.
Yeah, I saw her.
Oh.
I saw her through the window. I was out here.
And then there were 8.
I stand on my last.
You stand on your last statement.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Now, let me say this. When we watch the episode, you watch the episode, and they're having a discussion. She starts to push his buttons a little bit. He said, you know what? I don't want to deal with this right now. Let's just not. He says, let's just not. And she says out of her mouth, well, you can just go home then. And he says, nah, I'm not going home. I'm going to stay. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do that. You know, we rode here together. We're going to ride back together. She was like, no, I'll catch a ride home. You can go. Bye. And then it went through a back and forth. And there was a point in which through the back and forth, she said, you know what? I'll ride back with you then. And then she flips the script again and goes back into the, well, I'll call somebody. And she calls her sister on the phone, or a friend.
It was her sister.
She calls her sister on the phone. Then her sister gets on the phone with Zach, but she had done poison the pool on Zach when nothing Zach could say. And Zach was like, yo, nah, I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay. And she was like, nah, bye, goodbye, since you're going to leave, bye. And so he gets his stuff and he goes to leave. And then what happens? She goes and gets his bag. Oh, so you can't sleep in the room? You just told me to leave. Like, and then, wait, hold on, Eve. And then they somehow are about to get him to stay. Ryan and Rachel are somehow about to get him to stay. He's at his car, doesn't have it started, nothing. He is trying to. Ryan and Rachel they got him calmed down. Hey, it's late. Don't worry about it. Let's just go back inside, sleep on it. This, that, and the third. And he was about to say, all right. And then here comes Hurricane Michaella again. And she comes out there, nah, go, get on then. Now, at that point, what else I'm going to do? I'm going to get in my car and go. And then she starts cursing out Ryan and Rachel. And they like, well, Ryan said, what do you want us to do? We had him about to stay, and here you come. What do you want us to do? Lay down in front of the car? Like, at a certain point, I understand your point. She wants to feel wanted. But there comes a point where you have to act like you deserve to be wanted.
Okay. Because I don't like Kudama. I don't like Kudama. You know, I like men. But I watched that scene and I realized why I don't like Kudama. It's more than just Kudama. I don't know how y'all do what y'all do with us. I wanna apply every man that, you know y'all dating us, because my emotions be up and down sometimes. You feel me? I don't know how y'all deal with us, but this right here, this don't make no sense. Because Michaella say one thing, then she tell him to do another thing, then he do what she say, then she mad, and then it's all this other stuff when he never had the idea of going home until she said out her mouth, you can go home tonight. She started that. I watched that scene 3 different times to make sure. Actually, Lifetime played it back to us.
Yeah, because they rewound it.
Out of all the seasons I don't watch the Married at First Sight, they ain't never do us no playback like that.
Yeah, they play that thing back now.
So it's like, I'm with my man. Say what you mean the first time. Like this whole cat and mouse thing, sis.
Like Ibrahim,
it's too much.
I will say this, and I'm gonna let you answer after this. I'm gonna let you respond after this. Ibrahim, I understand what you're saying about her wanting to feel wanted, but I think the way she goes about trying to garner that attention is the issue for Zach. The way she's going about trying to get the attention is the issue. The way she's going about saying, hey, look at me, I want me, love me. Like the way she's going about it is what's bothering Zach. If she went about it how about she just said, when has she ever come and just had a conversation about, hey, look, Zach, this is what I would like. She hasn't.
She can't. But
that's not Zach's fault. His fault.
I like real talk. I like this couple because I see myself. I understand what Zach is going through, but at the same time, I'm older than he is, so I'm more mature than he is. So I get it. So I know how to combat it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it could have been nipped in the bud when they were discussing the room situation, whatever, for whatever reason, or even before they even got to that point when he said the shit that the stuff that he said when they was on the patio out there. You know what I'm saying? It could be simply fixed. It like All he has to do, if he really wants her, right, is just simply say so. She's coming at you with a negative. You have to respond with a positive. You cannot be negative too. I don't think we should sleep in the same room. Okay, you know what? I really think that we should sleep in the same room because I want to be with you. He don't have to profess no love, but all he had to do is say, I want you.
Okay,
Every
so
time
Carolina,
negative, I want you.
okay, let's look at what Carolina Watson just said. She said, if I come to you in the common spirit and I have, and you keep screaming at me, I am eventually going to stop. You don't agree with that, Evie? She didn't say that you agree with that, Evie. I did that.
Let me see. I do understand that if you smack a dog in the nose, ain't the dog gonna learn? Yes, absolutely. I agree with that statement 100%. But they're having conversations that create emotions. So I've learned this. This is not something I'm saying like I didn't learn it. I learned it the hard way because I would have the argument. I would literally have the argument. And then at the end, of course, I was in marriage counseling with my pastor. Shout out to my pastor, Reverend Dr. Clifford Wright Sr. You know what I'm saying? But I would literally figure it out then that my response to that negative was wrong. Even if I'm right about the situation, I'm right about the argument we're having. Your response is everything. So you cannot continue to respond to a negative with a negative. You're going to just bump heads and you're going to go the opposite direction no matter what. That is physics. And I failed that class. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, you have to be positive at some point if you want it to work. And that's where I lost it because I refused to be positive anymore.
All right, so Chris Media chimed in and they asked the question. They asked, do you feel like Michaella is justified in her actions? Are her actions justified, Jeff?
No. Her response is understood, but her actions aren't justified because one thing that I've learned is that you can't control a situation, but you can control how you respond to it. And for Zach and Michaella, this ain't the first time they've gone down this road with this whole back and forth and stuff like that. And I think the thing for this, they keep acting like this is a new conversation. Like this is the first time he said that. This is the first time she's gone off like that. Like, no, this has happened before. So maybe we should try something different because her going off like that and him leaving it ain't accomplished nothing in the relationship other than showing that neither of y'all are ready for this.
That's a fact. I 100% agree with that.
So Eve, you agree with her feelings, you just don't agree with her reaction.
I know for a fact that her reactions are absolutely wrong. But she doesn't necessarily have to be the one doing all the work to help her fix it. 90% of that work got to come from her. She got to want to change. But you can feed it. You can feed it by simply changing. So like even with my marriage, like after a while, that type of stuff wasn't the issue. It was other stuff that became issue. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't have that argument no more because you realized I wanted you. So anything else was because you couldn't win that argument no more.
Yeah, but my point on that, I would say, is the circumstances under which they're in. Like Eve, you had 11 years or 10 years or 9 years or however it was that you had to deal with. I know it's 11 and a half was the end result. Yeah, 11 and a half was
and like right now we're still married. We're working on the divorce. So we're like 14, 15 in, but 11 and a half we were in it.
Okay, so you had 11 and a half of in it. They have 11 and a half days of in it. Well, that's an exaggeration, but they've got weeks in it. And if I'm Zach, and this is supposed to be a snapshot to the rest of my life, a snapshot for the rest of my life. I am 27 years old. Let's put ourselves in Zach's mindset. I'm 27 years old. And for the rest of my life, I have to deal with that. And it's not to say that I'm not going to try to help. It's not to say I'm not going to try to. No, listen, Zach is better than me because I'd have been out the first time.
Listen, I would have been out when she got mad at me. I had COVID.
You got to remember. They have something that us four married individuals at one point.
Divorce.
At one point. Yeah. But when you were married, they have something different that we don't have. We had to go get help. They got 3 people that's willing to help them do it right. All they got to do is listen. And then they have 4 other couples. They have 4 other couples to at least mirror.
I'm not a good person for this conversation. My grandma left my granddad, and my great grandma left my great granddad, and my mama didn't want my daddy. I divorced my husband. My family taught me to leave.
No, we don't. I'm not saying that they should stay together.
Not do nothing unhealthy. We don't stay.
I'm not saying that they should stay together. At this point, I have no hopes for them. Like, that's why I got on the Astros hat and not the Mets hat, because I done switched up for the day. You know what I'm saying? I have no hope for them because they see common ground and they're being instructed to go to common ground, and they're refusing to go to common ground. Both of them are too immature. They're too immature. I hope that Michaella gets pregnant for the simple fact that ain't no dude gonna marry that. Not especially if they see.
So why would you put a child through that? The trauma of her as a mama.
She ain't gonna harm the child. She ain't gonna do nothing to that child.
That's a whole nother conversation.
I think she treats dudes that way because of her father being gone. That ain't how she treats her parents, her mother, and her son.
Oh, hey, somebody said that too.
I hope she do get pregnant.
That's exactly it right there, Key. Look on your screen.
No.
That's a whole nother show.
As a person lost my pocket, no, Evie.
Maybe that's my disdain for them.
Yeah, that could be. So now, and let's go to the group as a whole. What are your thoughts on what he said? On what Gil said? Say what you mean. But let's talk about the greater. Forget that. I meant to go a different direction with the question. The bigger question is
understand what you mean first.
Yes, but before we get to that, because I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay.
The question I was asking was, isn't it funny how your friends hear your perspective? Because in that thing,
how took it, yeah.
How I was like, she was jumping down Zach's throat, like Zach this, but then the guys were like, well, Zach this, Zach said this, Zach said that, so Michaella this, Michaella that. Isn't that what our relationships end up being? Our friends hear the best part of us and the negative of the other.
I think it depends on you. And the reason why I can honestly say that is because I am one of those people that can hold myself accountable, and I do say where I F up. Where there's some people that don't say both sides. I do say, well, I wasn't supposed to say this to him, but I had said this, and then he said that, and he told me go home. Like something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're not, because some people have like we say Johnny, he has like a perception where he only sees what someone else does wrong. Mm-hmm. But some people really can see what they're doing wrong. I have friends that call me and be like, yo, my baby mom was tripping, but I should have said this. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, okay.
Well, you know, they say there's 3 sides to a story. Your side,
it's your side and my side, and we're really happy.
So that's what it is. No one was seeing anything. That's why Bao was so shocked. Like, oh my God, this really happened. You know what I'm saying? But no, everybody human, and understanding you should never take sides in a relationship when you giving advice. When you talking about it, never take sides. You can never take your people's side. I never take anybody's side. I always point out what can be changed. You know what I'm saying? I do, if I feel like something is messed up, it's kind of foul. You know what I mean? But I never try to take anybody's side until I know the whole story. You know what I'm saying? And even then, I don't take sides. I just give the best advice that's going to suit the situation.
I think I got to the point in my life now where I don't offer advice. And what happens is, unless you ask me for it, because sometimes people don't need you to chime in. Sometimes they just need you to listen. So you need to know the difference in what type of conversation it is. So I recently started applying it where if somebody called me and they want to talk about, their relationship, there's the co-parenting situation, their job or whatever. Sometimes you just need somebody that's going to listen to you yell. So I'm going to listen. And I ain't going to say nothing.
I ask questions. Like, so when you going to listen to yourself? Because you the one that's coming over here with the problem, and you got the problem. So, and you feel like you know what you should do best. So when you gonna listen to yourself?
That's all a therapist do. But that's what mine did. That's why I fired him.
Oh yeah,
that's
$80 an hour, and I just gave it to you for free. When you gonna listen to yourself? Because if the situation isn't good for you, you should not be in that situation. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good the person is, how much figures he make, how good he look, what he's swinging in the bed. Like, if that ain't what you with, be out. Stop second guessing it.
Lord have mercy. That was a preach right there, EB.
That was a moment.
That's church.
It must be the hat. It must be the hat.
It was the switching of the hats.
Switching of the hat. I put on.
I think this is the deepest show we ever did.
Church and
wow. It was deep. It was deep.
I'm looking for questions. Did you put up another comment to say that somebody commented? That's what you just did, didn't you?
Who? What is you talking about?
Ain't nobody put up a comment.
Ain't nobody put up a comment. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Slick asking questions on Facebook.
I did not. The question, but there was a question asked.
Was it people over at Unfiltered that sent me this dad shirt?
No, it wasn't the people over at Unfiltered.
Use the code CURLS at checkout for money off. CURLS.
I don't know where the question went. It was up here.
Because it wasn't a real question.
It was a real question. It was a real question. Don't do that, man.
Those people at Crux have a lot of Crux.
Yeah, Crux Media.
They got a lot of Crux. That Crux Media has been very perceptive.
I ain't gonna lie.
What you say, E?
I said them boys at Crux is on fire tonight with the question.
They do good. They do good work over there at Crux Media.
My auntie chimed in.
Oh, yeah. My probably. Shout out to my mom. I love you.
In case you wanted to know, that's Mama Evie. She said you need a nap.
He does. He does.
It's the living herbs and spices.
Hey, Chris Media chimed in and said there's no more questions. So I guess the only thing is now is to get into the What You Watching segment. The What You Watching segment is brought to you by the people over at Unfiltered. Head over to unfilteredforever.com for everything from tees to tech suits to leggings for the ladies. And guess what, y'all? It's hoodie season.
It is.
So head over to unfilteredforever.com and join the mailing list for the pre-release. They're going to be pre-releasing some hoodies. So before you get them on the website, you got to go and become a part of the mailing list so that you can get the order. If you got one of them hoodies already.
Let me go on it.
Yes, sir. I
go
got
ahead
to
and
set the game up.
go ahead and become a member of the mailing list. And so this way you can get the special code and the special, and basically it's like you get basically a page that you can't get.
Can they put girls on it?
This is RSP is the code.
This is past the remote.
This is past the remote.
Which is the code is girls.
well, if you want to support Key, use the code curls at unfilteredforever.com. If you want to support the Relationship Status Podcast, use the code RSP. And if you use either promo code, it gives you 10%. It gives you 10% off of your final order. So visit unfilteredforever.com. And remember, there is a science to being you. EB, what are you watching?
Well, currently I just murdered Squid Game. I watched all episodes, all 9 episodes in one night, and was late for work the next day. And I'm going to get into season 2 of Another Life that is on Netflix.
Another Life?
Yes. It's some I like sci-fi stuff, so it's crazy. It's just Earth and aliens and space stuff.
A whole lot.
Yeah, so if you into like Star Trek and things like that, you might like Another Life.
I am not, but what is it? Peace be unto you, my good brother. Live long and prosper. Key, what you watching?
I got one more episode you watch. I couldn't really concentrate on work today. I'm gonna do my job tomorrow for real. And I'm watching Project Bakeover. It's real good, y'all. It's on Netflix.
Is that about chronic?
You say what?
Project
Is that
Bakeover?
about the chronic?
Okay, like Project Bakeover is where it's like basically it's these bakeries that are going out of business, like they're not making a lot of money or whatever. So it's this group of people that go in and renovate and teach them new recipes so that they can, bring it back. Y'all know I like to watch.
How many ways do you make a cookie?
You said what?
I said, how many ways do you make a cookie?
See,
put some chicken in it, put some ginger.
It's so many different ways to make a cupcake. You should check it out. It's really good.
Yeah. Red Velvet.
Jeff, what you watching?
That's hilarious. I am back on Lupin, checking out Lupin, and the other show I'm diving into is called 9 Perfect Strangers. It's on Hulu.
I heard 9 Perfect Strangers was good. CL keeps telling me it's good. I got to check it out. I haven't quite gotten around to it.
Is that like a reality show?
Nah, it's like this thing where these 9 people go to this retreat spa and they're trying to better their lives, and pretty much it goes sideways. It's got Melissa McCartney, I think Regina King, not Regina King, one of them Reginas is in there, and a couple other people.
Said one of them Reginas.
I know he did.
Check it out. 9 Perfect
Yeah, 9 Perfect Strangers. This is supposed to. I did hear it was supposed to be very good.
Nicole said it's a dope show.
It's a dope show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else out there? What you watching? Nobody.
You gotta give him enough time.
I gotta give him enough time to answer.
What you watching?
I was watching you,
mm-hmm.
and I'm on to the last episode. I gotta watch that. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. We'll see. All I know is I keep trying to figure out at the end of every season. I go, well, how in the heck are they gonna make this next season good?
You got 3 people watching you. Shout out to y'all.
How many people watching you?
Oh, they all watching me. That's what's up. I love y'all too.
They not watching you.
Oh, my bad. I was being specific.
Nah, cuz that ain't it. And another thing I'm watching is and all of you, if you are not on it, you need to get on it. I am watching Blood and Water. It's on Netflix. It's about this girl. It's a South African show. It is in English though, so their mouths be matching the words they're saying. Which is always tough for me.
I like the Nigerian flicks though.
It's always tough. So it's about this young lady named Pulin who her sister was kidnapped, but come to find out that her dad actually sold her sister because he couldn't afford for them to have 2 kids at the time. and the mom wanted to keep her, and she ends up finding her sister, or who she thinks is her sister, and starts to stalk the young lady and goes to her school, and they get into a bunch of different stuff trying to find out. She ends up taking her sister's boyfriend and starts dating him, and just to kind of get closer to her. And it's a bunch of different stuff, but Blood and Water is really good. Season 2 just dropped. I am on episode 2 right now. It's actually keeping my mind off of you because I'm waiting to watch episode 10. I always feel like if I end you, there's no place to go. So I'm kind of trying to wait that out. But if you slow on shows, you need something to watch. Blood and Water is actually really good. And of course, Seinfeld is on Netflix. So that is my bedtime watching. So oh yeah, and the Soup Nazi was on last night. So no soup for you.
Soup Nazi. No soup for you.
No soup for you. All right, so we're gonna get into who you riding with. Who you riding with is brought to you by the people over at Metro Tap. Metro Tap, a new contactless way of connecting. Metro Tap, a new digital business card, allows you to instantly share social media, payment apps, music, and more with a personalized QR code and advanced analytics with no monthly fees. At Metro Tap, they take the work out of networking. Go to metrotap.me and use the promo code CRUX, 15% off your purchase of any device. That's metrotap.me, promo code CRUX for 15% off. Shouts out to y'all over there at Crux Media. We appreciate you guys for supporting us and getting us on these airwaves, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. We want to, once again, from the Relationship Status people, we want to thank you for tuning in. Jeff, where can they catch you?
We forgot
you can find me at that. We got to ride with. Who we riding with? Yeah. Hold on, we in the nervous.
Said thanks for tuning in and caught
I got
I don't think they was getting you out. Wanted to say thank you.
Okay,
we had a crowd tonight.
Okay, my bad. They threw me off. They threw me off. They threw me off, and I know who it was. You know who it is? That goddamn CL. Stop throwing me off. Throwing me off my game. See.
Oh, the one time he wanted to ask questions.
Hey, but come on back. See, you got to come back next week. Come on back. See, so who you riding with?
I want to ride with. May he rest in peace. I'm riding with Baxter. You know, because all dogs make it to heaven. You feel me?
Hey, wait, hold on. For Baxter, we got a little something for Baxter. Hold on now. Let me get a little something for Baxter. Get a little something. We got to pour out a little. Pour a little something.
Hold on.
Don't you pour out a little something for Baxter?
Yeah,
gotta pour out a little something for Baxter.
Just a little bit for him. Shout out to him.
Baxter.
His cookies and his sparklers.
Right.
Cookies and sparklers. All right, Key, who you ride? Oh, Key, you was riding with.
I'm riding with
Jeff, who you riding with?
I'm riding with Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper and all the work they about to have to do with Zach and Michaela.
You know what? You know who I'm riding with? I'm riding with your internet tonight, because they had to a point tonight.
Yes, Lord.
Evie, who you riding with?
Shout out to
what, AT&T and Comcast? You know what? I'm since nobody want to really say who they really riding with.
Y'all know who I'm riding with,
because they all stuck right now.
I'm switching up for this week.
Okay.
I've had enough toxicity.
That's because Project Love showed they butt on TV.
No. I think they was cool. They was cool with me. I like what they did. But in light of, the upcoming episodes, the previews, I think I'm going to ride with Brett and Ryan.
What previews coming? You ain't seen the same preview I saw.
That's that country love.
Oh, he don't want hood love.
He don't want hood love now. He in the country love now.
Okay.
I am riding with.
I thought that was a British accent at first, but
no, it's not.
You want me to do mine?
No, please don't. You don't
like it?
No, I don't at all. No, I don't.
That's British at all.
I don't know what it is. I am riding with gosh. What are their names?
What's all their names?
What's that dog name?
Hype.
Not
Dog.
I'm riding with Hype.
Hype.
Hype. I like him.
Nah, I'm riding with Rachael and the Spice Girl. That's what I'm riding.
Choice.
That's what I'm riding with. I'm riding with Rachael and the Spice Girl. So Jeff, man, tell them where they can find you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at @thatdude_Jeff on Instagram. Look for your boy on Facebook, man. That's where I'm at. Also, I finished my chicken wings.
11 herbs. 11 herbs and spice. He has been drinking Dr. Pepper.
Keep been drinking Dr.
Pepper. Where the people can find you at, man? We trying to end the show.
You can find me on Instagram. It's Big Kid Envy.
Hey, Keith, where can they find you in your podcast?
You can find Micro Speak with Key each and every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcast for free. You can find the podcast MCS with Key. You can find me, The Diary of Key, and that's on Clubhouse, Two Eyes, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Pinterest, Apple Music, anywhere, just no dating sites. And also, if you didn't catch what I said, you can find me at microspeak.com.
And you can go ahead and you can find us, the crew from Relationship Status, me, Neek, and CL, on all podcast platforms. Anywhere you catch your podcast for the free, including Pandora. You can also follow us on all social media platforms at RELSTAT podcast at gmail.com. Make sure you go and join the brand new all exclusive private group on Facebook. Just type in Relationship Status Podcast at Vice Group. If you want to join the conversation, hit us up at RELSTAT podcast at gmail.com or hit us up on the voicemail 843-310-8637. Usually I would say for all of us out here, we out. But you know what? For one more again, I'm going to have our people, Zach and Michaela, take us on out.
So you're not going to ride back with me tomorrow?
It's the only way.
If that's the case, I'm going to leave tonight.
Good, bye.
No, I was making sure you...
Goodbye.
No, I came with you. I don't...
Go home now. Damn. I don't know what happened tonight.
You can't sleep in that bedroom right now.
I saw a side of Michaela and a side of Zach that I never expected to see.
This is like too much. This is like too much. Come on.
And the whole scenario is just shocking.
There's a reason he's leaving, and that's... There's nothing we can do to make him not leave.
Get out! Get out!
Introducing MetroTap for iOS and Android. The best way to connect and network with others with just a tap. MetroTap allows you to instantly show your social media, music, payment platforms, and contact information just by tapping your phone. MetroTap can be used by anyone in any industry, and the other person you're networking with does not need the app to receive your information. Customize your profile with MetroTap Direct to instantly match someone to your Instagram. MetroTap also comes with a personal QR code, which is perfect for events and websites. Anyone can use it with and without the app. So why not take the work out of network and download MetroTap now?